श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
श्रीमत्कृष्ण समाह्वाय नमो यामुनसूनवे यत्कटाक्ष एकलक्ष्याणाम् सुलभः श्रीधरः सदा नमः यामुन पाद अब्ज रेणुभिः पावित आत्मने विदित अखिल वेद्याय गुरवे विदित आत्मने नमः अचिन्त्य अद्भुत अक्लिष्ट ज्ञान वैराग्य राशये नाथाय मुनये अगाध भगवत भक्ति सिंधवे पितात्वम उत्पादकराय हितकामराय இருக்கிறவர் தேவர். O God, Sriman Narayana, you are, Devar is you, YOU. Devar in this commentary throughout doesn't mean God here, just God. It's a respectful address to the Lord. It's actually Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti called in Sanskrit. It is called address, that is calling by the name God. That means He is the only God, only God. No other God is God. So, Devar. And who will be define Father? He defines Father. Commentator defines Father. Who is the Father? Just a small deviation. A child was asked, a 6-year young child was asked, how old is your father? How old is your father? The child said, my father is 6 years old. And how come? Because he became father only after I was born. Therefore, he is only 6-year-old father. In that way. So here it is very old father. Very old father. Very, very old father. I can't say in English also very, very. But we say in Tamil. We use the word very, very. And he is the young father also. Youngest father also. And so what is the role that he plays as a father? Utpadakarai. He is a producer. He is a progenitor. And Hitakamarai. Though he may be a little harsh in treating the children, his own children, in those days, not today. So Hitakamarai. He will always wish well for the children. He is a well-wisher for the children. Hitakamarai. Hita, something good, favorable. Kama is wish. So Hitakama. And there is a verse in Sanskrit which says, all are not well-wishers in our life. All others for us are not well-wishers. Because there is jealousy, envy, and further greedy persons. And therefore they don't wish us well. I'm talking it negative now. They say, there is a general verse which says in Sanskrit, Manishinaha Santi. There are noble people. There are many noble people. Manishinaha Santi. Manisha is a right desire, a noble wish is called Manisha. You have, I think, a girl's name also is given as Manisha. Very good name. Manisha means good thinking. Good manaha mind, Manisha is, Isha is actually desire, Icha, Kamaha and so on. So Manisha is good desire, noble desire. So Manishinaha, Santi Loke, there are many people who are good in mind, have good thinking capacity, good thoughts. Those have good thoughts. But they are not Hitaishina. Manishinaha Santi, Nate Hitaishina. No, there are people who wish you well, or who are our well-wishers. Manishinaha Santi, Parantu, I mean, Hitaishinaha Santi, Te na Manishinaha. This is a beautiful statement in Sanskrit. That is practical. Suppose I am always a well-wisher to others, especially to my family members only, no? Very selfish. I'm a well-wisher to my own family members. And that was not the case of Kaikeyi and Kausalya. Kausalya brought up Bharata, Kaikeyi brought up Rama without any animosity, without any jealousy. That kind of mother. Yashoda brought up Krishna, and there was no difference between one's own child and other children, the neighbor's child. That is the beauty of Hitaishina. So Hitaishinaha Santi, there are people called well-wishers, but they are not Manishinaha. They have no noble desire. That is, they don't think high. They don't think high. That's so this is practical. Here, this Lord, his father, Utpadakarai Hitakamara. And Kalidasa comes to our rescue for defining a father. So he says, all the kings of the land are the fathers of the subjects. All the kings of the land are called the fathers of the subjects, the citizens. How come? The father has not produced the subjects. Namely, the king has not produced the subjects, but he always is a well-wisher. He always is a well-wisher. He says, Dhanat by donation, by giving help. Vinaya Dhanat, when he is very humble. And Bharanat, when he takes care of the subjects in a country. King is a father. And other normal, of course, fathers who have begot the children are not the real fathers, because sometimes they are not able to protect their own children because of many reasons. One reason may be poverty. A father cannot give a square meal a day, and therefore, so here we have Kalidasa's definition of. Then Mata So you know the difficulty of a mother. Garbhadharanam panni. So having the fetus in the womb, she tolerates, she bears the pain of the childbirth, not a child staying in her womb, is garbha. And for 9 months, prasava kleshate anubhavi. She undergoes suffering at the time of delivery also. And then asuchi prasavangalayum madhyade. Now, as you know, the placenta or whatever the blood that comes out of the womb while mother is giving birth to the child, it becomes very dirty, foul smelling, all with respect to the blood and other liquids flowing out are foul smelling. So asuchi. So asuchi prasavangal. Suppose it is a cesarean operation. Then also you have very bad smell coming out, foul smell coming out. So she doesn't care about. She doesn't bother about. And what does she do? Ivan priya hitame apekshitirikum taayai pola pariudai deva. Now the role of motherhood is the role of the mother is also played by the same Lord. Of course, please remember we are referring to the couple only, divine couple only. But still there is no gender. Please note, there is no gender as we say. Mahalakshmi is a lady and Mahavishnu is a man. So we don't differentiate by gender, and therefore both of them take care of us, like father and mother, and perhaps father is mother and mother is father. That is an interchangeable role with regard to the God, whereas it is not easily understood. And so even Priya Hitame, she always favors she, S-H-E. It contains he. We say woman, W-O-M-A-N. The word woman contains man. So both are one and the same. Even Priya Hitame apekshitiru. She expects only good for the children, namely all the individual souls and all insentient objects of the creation. Then 320. Pita aham asya jagataha. He himself has declared, so I am the father of this world. Asya jagataha, of this world, I am the father. Pita aham. Then this is what we call, especially in the incarnation of Rama. So he acted and he made all the citizens feel that he is the father. He is a most favorable father. Then 321, Bhutanam yo avyaya pita. Can you tell me? It's a very, very famous statement. Where is it from? Bhutanam yo pita. Anyone can tell me? It's very famous quotation from
Vishnu Sahasranam.
right, Vishnu Sahasranam. So you are also able to take part in the discussion. So Bhutanam yo yaha avyayaha pita.
Even
Bhutanam
Matatvam,
pita. Yeah. Yes.
even Matatvam and Pitatvam is also from Kulashekara Alvar Mukundamala.
Oh, okay, that's right. Mata pita.
Mata Devi Tamasi Bhagavan Vasudeva Pita.
That is Sri Stuti.
Oh, that's right. Oh, they like that. Mata.
Kulashekara Mukundamala, you are so involved that you added one more.
Yeah.
And I have heard a gentleman knowledgeable in Sanskrit. He is now in Tiruvanekkaval, Jambukeswaram. He is a DGM of State Bank of India. His name is K.V. Balakrishnan. When he presented a talk over All India Radio Tiruchirappalli, he gave many more verses of Mukundamala. I think I must write to him so that I also knew that what were the slokas added to Mukundamala. He has a different edition, so you can also add. You can write a verse and add to Mukundamala. This is a joke that in those days I want you to believe that these some words, some verses or some prose sentences belong to a very great author. Though I have written them, but I wanted to tell you that it was written in ancient times by celebrated authors. And therefore, what do? I take what you call Eluttani. Eluttani, you know what is Eluttani? The long steel nail, steel rod, by the sharp rod by which we write very carefully the palm leaf. You must tell me what is the Eluttani. So when we write it in palm leaf, so what do we do? Write it in palm leaf. My own verse, I write it in palm leaf, and take a mud pot. Yeah, stylus, right? Very good, stylus. stylus in steel, stylus in iron stylus. So I take it and write it in the palm leaf and take a pot from our home, old mud pot from our home, where there was tamarind, where I have already stored tamarind. I put the palm leaf into the pot where there was tamarind, and then it gets so much dirty. And then I say, this palm leaf belongs to 12th century AD, or 8th century AD. I say in some name, some time, and then I say 1st century BC, and it was written by Kalidasa. That's what I say. The Kalidasa has been attributed many verses without any proof, without any record. And Kalidasa himself has no record of his biography. And therefore, so this is how. So now Bhutanam Pita is the father of all living beings. Bhutanam, that doesn't mean, of course, he is non-living beings, he is not the father. So he is the father, meaning creator. But the father does not change. Avyayaha Pita. Vyayaha itself means change. Change in the name of money also. Change, say, 1 rupee note, $1 note for $100. So that is change, basically. So here the martram, Tamil martram, that is transformation. There is no transformation for this father, meaning that he is always true to his habits. He is always stern, stubborn, he is firm, and he doesn't change. Saha yaha avyayaha pita. So again, Tanja A, we will be able to see the full quotation later. So Tanjamagiya Tandai Thai. Now the word Tanjamagiya Tandai Thai meaning we surrender to the parents. We surrender to the parents. That means they are the succor. The mother and the father are the succor or the refuge or the shelter for the children, especially all the creation. And can you tell me Daita Tanayahatvam? This is from, of course, from Yamunacharya's word, but Yamunacharya's word has been repeated by the successor. Who is the successor of Yamunacharya? And Daita Tanayastvam. You are the, not only the Lord is the father and mother of the world, but also the son of the world. So everybody likes him and everybody treats him as his own son, his own child. Better called Tanayaha, son, S-O-N. Daita Tanayaha, dear son. Swam Daita Tanayaha. He can act as the father and he can act as the son. Yes, Ramahajacharya. Gadyatrayam. Very good. Thanks to Keshoda. He says Daita Tanayasto. Look at the Gadyatrayam, Sharanagati Gadyam. You will get the word Daita Tanayasta. You are the dear child of. So Yashoda, Devaki, Nandagopa, Vasudeva in Krishna's incarnation, and Dasharatha in Rama's incarnation, and so many other sages in the forest in Ramayana also felt that Rama was their own son. So Abhimatanai, that's what we say Daita, Abhimatanai. The son has to take care of the parent, as son has to obey the parent, as a son has to carry out the orders of the parent. So that is called Abhimatanai. They like him very much. Abhimatanai. Niraya Nistarakanana. So what happens after death of the parent? He avoids hell for the parent. He only deletes the word hell from the after death life. Life after death will be without hell for parent. Niraya means hell. Nistarakanana means he redeems them from hell. Though parents might have done some mistakes, committed some sins, he makes them escape from the hell. What is the name of the hell? It's called Put. P-U-T. Put. So Putaha Trayate iti Putraha. The son is called Putraha in Sanskrit because he saves the parents from the hell called Put. What does it mean? The Put. After the life here, all are supposed to fall into a deep hell called Put. And of course, if you want an explanation of the word Put, you have to go to Bhagavatam, where hell is described in detail. Let us not go to get afraid of hell. So, we are fortunate to go through the Stotraratnam and other stotras only because we are enjoying heaven here. So, Putranai pole nindru, Lord is just like the sun, exactly like the sun. And how does the sun act? Sahakari Pir Deva. Again, please remember, he is addressing the Lord. Commentator is also addressing the Lord. You help. Sahakari Pir. Sahakari. Therefore, Lord is called Sahakari Karanam of the creation. We have got a lot of reasons for creation. Basic reason, that is cause, C-A-U-S-E. We say Nimitta Karanam, Samavayi Karanam, Asamavayi Karanam, and Sahakari Karanam. Sahakari Karanam is helping. One example given by Shastras again and again, frequently, is this, namely, a potter is there, he makes a pot, and he has clay in his hand. So clay is the main material for making a mud pot. And along with that, you add water, that is Sahakari. You have a wheel, Sahakari Karanam. You have two bullets to go around to rotate the wheel. And he has a stick in the hand to shape the mud pot, or he uses his hands also. And then these are all Sahakari Karanam. Nimitta Karanam is the potter and the clay. In that way, of course, this is a known example. So B. Nannakkalum Mela Thai Tandayum Avare. Now, what we saw in Sanskrit is repeated in this statement in Tamil. He is the good son. He is the good son, and he takes the role of parent. Nanmakkalum, good children. For example, even his Amsha Avataram, namely the Shankam, the Panchajanyam Shankam on his left hand, sometimes on the right hand, born as, rather incarnated as Bharata, he is also a good child. And again, Chakram, Sudarshanam, born as Shatrugna, incarnated as Shatrugna, he is also a good child. And perhaps he is the best child, because he shows the concept of Bhagavata Bhakti. We saw now Mukundamala, Tadbhritya Bhritya Paricharaka Bhrityasya Bhritya Iti Mam Smara Lokana. So in that way, Shatrugna served Bharata. And that way, Lakshmana, as the incarnation of Adishekha, is also a good child. So Nanmakkalum. Mela Thai Tandayim Avare. They are the parents also. The Lord is the parent as well as the good son. And Priya, that is what we call Priya Sugrit Tvameva. So when they are either parents or children, good children, what do? They are always lovable. And Priya, Sugrit, friend. They act as a friend. They behave as a friend. Tvameva. You alone is my dear friend. dearmost friend, you can also. Arjuna's friend was Lord Krishna. Friendship was very deep. Abhimatarumai. Again, please look at the word, and we cannot find some other word better. The commentator repeats the word. Previously it was singular, now it is plural. Abhimatarumai. சர்வகாலத்திலும் சோபனத்தையே பண்ணும் திருவுள்ளத்தை உடையாராய் இருப்பரின் தேவரி. Now Devar has been extended to Devari. 3 more letters because of from two letters, 2 syllables. So sarvakaalathilum. See, the problem is today and now, children help the parents, no doubt, but only up to a certain limit, up to a certain time. We usually say when the son gets married, he obeys the wife, and sometimes it deserts the parents also. And therefore, so that is happening here. But sarvakaalathilum, at all times, when the children are good, so this God is the child to all. So shobhanattaye pannu. All the time he doesn't harm anybody. Shobhanattaye pannu, he always does good. Thiruvullathai udayarayi iruppa. Thiruvullam. So he has always a good mind to do good things to the parent or to the subject. God is doing always good to the subject. Anarthathai panninalum vida onnada abhimatam. Suppose the parents err over the children, even then the children will not punish the parent, nor in the vice versa. If as father, if the children commit mistakes, anarthathai panninalum, something dangerous, something risky, even then the Lord will not leave the children as father in the lurch. That's the meaning of anarthathai panninalum vida onnada abhimatam. The favorite, he is the favorite of all, and therefore abhimatatvam, favorability. Anabhimatananalum vida onnada sugrit. Suppose the parents hate the children, suppose the children hate the parents, even then friendship is not lost. In both relationships, and God acting either as child or as parent does not give up, even if they don't like each other. So avataranam sarvathilum anvayika kadavadu. So please go to all incarnations, stories of incarnations, and find out how he behaves as a father, how he behaves as a child. So avataranam, getting down, that is incarnation. Sarvathilum, for all, by all incarnations. Anvayika kadavadu. You can just find out the example. Tvam mitram. There seems to be a difference between Sugrit and Mitram. Tvam mitram, you are my friend. Arjunan, Subhadrayuடைய ஸ்வயம்பரத்தை தேவருக்கு அறிவித்து லபித்தார் போலே அசேஷ ரகசியங்களையும் அறிவிக்கலாம்படி விஸ்வசனீயராய் இருப்பீர் தேவரே. This is one example how a mitram will behave, a friend will behave with another friend. To Arjuna and Lord Krishna are friends. That is obvious. But what happened was, without shame, I can say, without hesitation, without any reservation, Arjuna informed Lord Krishna that Subhadra will have the groom choosing ceremony arranged by her father, and therefore Arjuna appealed to Lord Krishna to help him marry Subhadra. Immediately Lord Krishna took action, took Arjuna to the Swayamvara ceremony place, and then made Subhadra choose Arjuna. Now, this is what we call friendship. The friendship is all the secrets of personal life will be exposed to a friend. Ashesha Ragasyangalayum, all secrets, personal secrets also should be Arivikkalambadi. So you have to believe our friend. Our friend should be believed. We must have faith in him. We can repose complete faith on our friend that we will also tell him the deep secrets of personal life. And next one is Guruhu Astu. Guruhu, the word is very, meaning of the word is very popular. Gu means darkness of ignorance. Ru means stopping, preventing the darkness of ignorance setting into our mind. Therefore, he is a teacher. Guruhu Astu. There is another definition for a teacher called Acharya. You have another word for teacher in Sanskrit as Upadhyaya. There is one more word is called Adhyapaka. Another word is Shikshaka. So each one has got different meaning. And Acharya has also, I think, got two definitions. So how do you spell the word Acharya? Acharya, Niranya, Acharya. So there are three syllables. Acharya. And when we say, Achinoti Shastrarthan, what does he do? He deeply studies the sciences, ancient sciences, metaphysics, sciences of the scriptures, understand and collect the important ideas. Not only important, of course, very, very significant ideas. All the ideas, of course, he just understands. So, Achinoti Shastrartha. Then he makes the disciple get established in the behavior, right behavior, good behavior. Achare sthapayit chapi. Achinoti Shastrarthan. The word first letter is available. Achinoti Shastrarthan. Achare, the next letter is available. Cha. Achare sthapayit chapi. Then he guides, and then he is called Acharya. Achinoti Shastrarthan, Acharya sthapayit chapi. Swayam Acharate. Swayam Acharate. He is not simply an advisor. He is not simply a preacher, but he is a practicer. He practices what he preaches. And therefore, he is a role model. So, Swayam Acharate iti Acharya. He himself follows his own instructions. And otherwise, no disciple will follow the teaching. And therefore, Swayam Acharate. He himself follows those behaviors which he advised the disciple. So that is the definition of Acharya. Look at the next one, 49. Before that, 322 is there. So this is, Keshavdas is very familiar, and we are also equally familiar with Bhagavad Gita statement. So, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta. Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, not to Arjuna alone, to us also, Manmana Bhava. Please always think about me. Please do not avoid my thought. Manmana Bhava. Your mind should be so noble that you always think of me 24/7. Manmana Bhava. Mad Bhaktaha. It is not enough that you think about me, but you must be devoted to me. Mad Bhaktaha. Then this is, of course, Keshavdas will tell me, like, in the 18th chapter of Jaya. So, Endrum, 49 is very popular. The Charma Shloka of 1865. So, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So, Endrum Ninda Nelehalile, Hitopadesham Pannum Acharyarum Devani. So, a palatable advice is given by a teacher called preceptor now. Guruhu teacher, Acharya preceptor. So while he advised Arjuna and all of us, Manmana bhava madbhaktaha, again mamekam sharanam vraja, then in these two conditions, he is always giving good advice. Hitopadesha, Pannum Acharyarum Dev. So there is a statement in Sanskrit, general statement in Sanskrit. Nobody likes advice. Advice is always favorable, and they are not taken into serious consideration. The advice is always what do you call a team. I think I'm sorry about the word. They don't like the word. They don't like the advice. But it is like what we call medicine, which is bitter to take. But once we take the medicine, that is, take the advice, then it does always good to the health, mental health also. Not only physical health, mental health. So this is, so here, Gatis Chasi. You are the destination. You are the final goal. Gatis Chasi. Purushartha Upaya Bhutaram Devan Ennuda. You are the last Mokshopaya. You are the Mokshopaya. Out of Dharma, Kama, Artha, Moksha. Moksha is the fourth one. So Purushartha is the human purpose of life. Upaya, the means. And okay. Manmana Bhakta Madhyaji Madarpanam. Okay, so Purushartha Upaya Bhutaram. He becomes also the means to reach the goal, and you are that. They were in Gantavyatvat Gatihi. And meaning you have to go because it is a destination. Very simple definition. You have to go, we have to travel so that we reach the destination. So there is a destination when we travel. We have to travel. So Paramat Prapyar Devaran. So final destination is the highest destination is Lord. You are the highest destination. Devar, please note the word Devar everywhere. And then for whom it is he is the final destination, Jagatam. For all the creations, for all the world, Jagatam, plural, Bhagavachan, all the world, 14 we say. You have got 9 khandas we say in geography, 9 divisions of creation. So in the Sambandham, Devadi Sakala Pranihalakkum Sadharanam. Sadharanam means general, doesn't mean ordinary. Sadharanam in Tamil we mean it is ordinary, but Sadharanam is common. So the relationship between the individual soul, or rather all the living beings, starting with the God, starting with the Brahma, Shiva, Indra and all other gods, plus up to us, all the living beings, animals, fauna also, the forest animals also, the pet animals, from everybody, this relationship is common. Ubhaya vibhutikam sadharanam. This relationship also occurs in the Vaikuntham also. Not only in this world, they are called Leela Vibhuti. So Ubhaya Vibhuti is both Vibhuti, both the prosperous worlds. And the other one is Vaikuntham. So that is called Nitya Vibhuti, permanent prosperous land. And for both of them, our relationship is common. Tadiyaha. So what is our relationship? Navavidha Sambandha. Please remember the 9 types of relationship. So Tadiyaha. Anda Samanya Muriya Samakundana Vishesha Pratipattiye Arulicheka. It is okay. For all of us, you are the relationship Pitatvam, Matatvam, Daitataniyastvam, and so on, Gurustvam, Gatistvam. So we had a lot of relationships. But For me, as Yamunacharya says, what is my confidence? What is my faith in you? What is my special faith in you? Vishesha Pratipatti. Pratipatti is confidence. That is faith. I have got a lot of belief in you. That is common to all. Whatever we said earlier, it is common to all. I have got something special. 295. Yasya Asmi. You saw the word Tavacha Asmi. Tavacha Asmi. Tava Asmi Cha. Instead of that, Tava Asmi Cha. So we beg the Lord and we say that I belong to you. How do I belong to you? You are my father, you are my mother, you are my friend, you are my destination, you are my teacher, and so on. That is not there. I am always a slave to you. Devarikku Sheshabhuta. Devarikku to you, Sheshabhuta. I am always at your service. That's it. Vedanta Deshika says in his Paduka Sahasram, I must be called always Paduka Sevakaha. I must be called the servant of the sandal, divine sandal. Paduka Sevaki. So now look at the Mukundamala words, Tadbhrityaha. Tadbhritya. So before that, we will see the two quotations, Thiruvaimazhi 369 and 513. Tanjamagiya Tandai Thai. Or, yeah, right. So Tanjamagiya Tandai Thai, the first expression. Tanjamagiya Tandai Thayodu, Thanum.
தஞ்சமாகிய தந்தை தாயோடு தானுமாயவை அல்ல நாய் நெஞ்சில் அமரருக்கு முதல் மூவர் தம்முள்ள மாதியை அஞ்சி நீருலகத்துள்ளீர்கள் அவனே அவனென்று கூழேன்மின் நெஞ்சினால் நினைப்பானிய வளவந்தன் ஆழ்வும் நீள்கடல் பண்ணனே. உலகத்து உள்ளீர்கள், உலகத்தவர்களே, தஞ்சமாகிய ரட்சிக்கும் தன்மை பொருந்திய தந்தையோடு தந்தையும் தாய் தானும் தாயுமாய் அவையல்லன் அவ்வளவோடு நில்லாத சகலவித பந்துவுமாய் எஞ்சல் பகவதனுபவத்தில் குறைதல் இல்லாத அமரர் குலம் நித்திய சூரியலின் திரளுக்கு முதல் தலைவனாய் மூவர்த்தம் உள்ளும் மும்மூர்த்திகளுக்கும் ஆதியை முதல்வனான எம்பெருமானை குறித்து நீங்கள் அஞ்சி மேன்மை கண்டு கலங்கி அவன் இவன் என்று எல்லை கடந்த மகிமையுடைய அந்த எம்பெருமான் வேறு இந்த எல்லை கடந்த மகிமையை உடைய அந்த எம்பெருமான் வேறு இந்த அச்சாரூபமான எம்பெருமான் வேறு என்று கொண்டு ஊழியல் மின் கலங்கியிருக்க வேண்டா. நெஞ்சாலே நினைப்பவன் எவன், நினைத்து உகந்தருள்விக்கப்பட்டவன் யாவன், அவனே நீள்கடல் வண்ணன் ஆகும். விசாலமான கடல் போன்ற நிறைத்தையுடைய சர்வேஸ்வரன் ஆவன்.
The Lord of radiant gods, worshipped by Indra, Brahma, and Shiva, is Father, Mother, and Self, yet apart from all. O people, do not fall into tears and confusion, calling to this godling. My dark-hued Lord takes the form that the heart seeks.
It doesn't mention about the idol form in temples, but it says uh, it follows the Alvar statement. Whatever we think, he will become. So the meaning is obvious. So though not only the role of father and mother as the succor, as the shelter, Sanjamahiya Tandai. So Tanum Ayavai Allanai. There are so many other roles also. Anjali, Amarar Kulamudan is given here as Nityasuri only, but Nityasuri, we are talking about not only the three people, Garuda, Vitakana and Aditya. So they are all the Vaikuntha Vasis, all the residents of Vaikuntha. And Mudal Mover, the first three, here the commentary says only Indra, Brahma and Shiva. We are not talking about Trinity. If we want to talk about Trinity, then we say Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the sustainer, and Shiva is the destroyer. So he doesn't come in the middle, whereas he is the first one. Lord Shiva Narayana, Vishnu is the first one. Mover Mudal. So Kammullum Adi. So among the three, namely Brahma, Shiva, and Indra, he is the first. So Anji, now our problem is we are afraid of the Lord, because Lord is considered sometimes as a tyrant, a heavy punisher. So he will punish us for the sins that we commit. And therefore, Anji Neer, if you are afraid, Ulagathulleergal. Don't differentiate between the Pararupam Vasudeva and the Archarupam, namely, say for example, Ranganatha in Srirangam. We say, especially, the Vigraha, idol made up of any material, is called Aprakrita Thirumin, Aprakrita Tanuhu, Aprakrita Deha. I can't call it a Shariram because Shariram is always decaying. Aprakrita Tanuhu, Aprakrita Vapuhu, Aprakrita Deha is what we call supernatural figure. We don't consider as made up of mud, made up of metal, made up of calcium, made up of some clay, made up of stone, and so on. They are beyond that. So we have supernatural form of the Lord in the temples. So Avan even, he is the very same person. And Kuren, don't get confused. So Nenjinal Nenekpan, he will think of us, don't worry. If you don't think of him, he will think of you. Avan, Ahum, Neelkadal, Avan. Avan even, Nendra Kuren, don't get confused that he is not this Acha form, but they say Avan. He is the same person. Neelkadal Vandan. We have the beautiful comparison that is not only is like a black cloud, but also like the blue water of the ocean. Blue water of the ocean. The blue color of the ocean is called bluish green. Bluish green. So we cannot define the color.
மேலா தேவர்களும் நிலத்தேவரும் மேவித்தொழும் மாலார் வந்தின நாள் அடியேன் மனத்தே மன்னினார் சேலை கண்ணியரும் பெருஞ்செல்வமும் மக்களும் மேலா தாய் தந்தையும் அவரே இனி யாவாரே. மேலாம் தேவர்களும் மிகச் சிறந்தவர்களான நித்திய சூரிகளும் நிலத்தேவர்களும் இவ்வுலகத்திலுள்ள பக்தர்களும் மேவி தொழும் விரும்பி வணங்கி நின்ற மானார் எம்பெருமான் நினநாள் இப்போதும் வந்து என் பக்கலிலே அமுழுக்கியம் பணிவந்து அடியேன் மனத்தே எனது நெஞ்சசினுள்ளே மன்னினார் பெருந்தினார் இனி இது முதலாக சேலியை கண்ணியரும் மீனோக்குடைய மாதர்களும் பெருசெல்வமும் மகத்தான ஐஸ்வர்யமும் நல்மக்களும் குணம் மிக்க பிள்ளைகளும் மேலாம் தாய் தந்தையும் மேம்பட்ட மாதா பிதாக்களும் அவரே ஆவார் எனக்கு அப்பெருமானே ஆவார்.
This is almost the similar translation of the Yamunacharya's verse. Right.
The Lord worshipped by celestials and monarchs has come this day and occupied my lowly heart. Henceforth, he is my mother, my father, my children, my wealth, my fish-eyed women, and all else.
So the special quotation starts with the third quarter. Nanmakkalum Mela Thai Tandam. That was seen in the commentary. So Mela Tevargal has been termed as Nityasuri again. So three people are the best Nityasuris: Adishesha, Garuda, and Shaksana. Nilat Tevaram. We are all called Bhusuraha. When we are good devotees in this world, they are called Bhusuraha. They are also God on earth. Generally, we say Brahmins only. Generally, we say Brahmins, Bhusuraha. King Bhoja uses this sense. Those who have studied scripture, not only those who have studied scripture, but those who follow the scriptures meticulously is called Nilatteva. Then Mevi Tolum, Virimbi Tolum, that is one who likes to worship, those who like to worship. So Malar Vandina Nod, Lord has come to the temple, or Lord has come as the incarnation in those times. Rama. So Adiyen Manate Manina, he entered into my heart. In English, it is lowly heart is there. We say in Tamil, Alvar, Nenji Niraya Puhundan. Nenji Niraya Puhundan. He entered into our heart, in my heart. It is a surprise that he entered into my heart because I am a low person, whereas he is the highest person, and he doesn't treat the difference of status between him and me. And that is what we call Saushilya, the particular quality called Saushilya. So he moves socially with people like me who always misbehave. And we have women at home, Shelai Kanniyaram, that is fish-eyed, beautiful-eyed ladies, Perun Selvamum, lot of wealth, then Nanmakkalum, good children, good products, Mela Thai Tandayum, Avare Ini Avar. Lord himself, he takes the role of the women, the wealth, the good children, and also as well. Vishnu Puranam says, this is the seventh chapter called the Amsha in Vishnu Puranam. It is the seventh division again, seventh Adhyaya, seventh chapter. Kaliyan, the snake says, what is the great difference between Adishesha and Kaliyan? Both are snakes. He says, Sarpajatihi yam krura yasyam yataha asmi keshava. Oh Lord Krishna, I am born in the family of snakes, venomous snakes. Therefore, we are cruel. And Tat Swabhavaha, this is our nature. And I am Atra Asmi, I am here. So this misbehavior is always with me. And then Na Aparadaha Mama Achyuta. It is not my mistake. It is not my mistake. I am cruel, but it is not my mistake. Why? Srijyate Bhavata Sarvam. You have created everything. Tatha Samhriyate Jagat. You also make it blow into your belly, the what you call dissolution. So you withdraw your creation. You created everything and you withdraw your creation. That is what we call Mahapralaya. At the time of Mahapralaya, great deluge in the whole world is dissolved. Creation is dissolved. So Jati Swarupa Swabhavacha, because of my inner nature, innate nature, and also the species nature of the species named snake, Srijyante Srijata Tvaya. You have made me Kruya. Very intelligent statement. It is verse number 71, 72 in the 7th chapter under the 7th major division called Amsa, Vishnu Purana. This is very beautiful.
So what do we learn from this, Swami? What is to gather from this?
No, Kalian's statement is wrong.
Is
That's what
wrong.
we have to
Oh, okay, got it.
Suppose I call myself a bad person. We say Kalaha. Tamil தெரியுமா ஈஸியா காலிப்பயல் காலிப்பயல் சொல்லுவோம்.
Yeah.
கெட்டவன காலிப்பயல் காலி சொல்லுவோம். Kali also means empty in Tamil. We are talking about second Kali. So Kalaha. We are, suppose I call myself a rogue, Kalaha. Then I attribute my nature, habit to the Lord. That is not right.
பெருமாள் என்ன பண்ணிட்டார் அப்படின்ட்டு. Yeah, that's right. Which is wrong, I think. Yeah, okay.
அவன் என்ன பண்றாங்க blame பண்றாங்க பெருமாள் ஈஸியா
பாவம் பெருமாள் எல்லாத்துக்கும் இழுத்துடு.
அவர் கர்ம பலதாதா தான்.
Yeah, கர்மம்.
அதுல வந்து யாரோட ஒரு பிறப்பா இருந்தாலும் சரி, suppose in the previous birth we have been someone else and then we are born again, then we are bad in our behavior, then we cannot blame the Lord. That is also there. Shikandini was a lady in the previous birth. Then Shikandi was a man in the next birth. Shikandini asked Bhishma to marry him. And Bhishma refused. You know why he refused. And therefore she challenged Bhishma that she will do penance and be born in the next birth as a man, Shikandi, in order to oppose Bhishma. And Bhishma put down his bow and arrows, and then he stopped fighting. That was a trick actually by Krishna, I think. So we have a statement in Sanskrit which means Kalak karoti durvrutam. A rogue makes a bad action. That's a bad action. Kalak karoti durvrutam. Nonam phalati sadhushi. If a bad man commits a bad action, what happens is the result is seen, consequence is suffered by good people. Nonam phalati sadhushi. What is the example? Dashanano harat Sita. Ravana with the 10 heads abducted Sita. Dashanano harat Sita. Bandhanantu mahodadehi. The ocean was bound by the Setu dam. This is what is called Kalaha, Kalas. And you have a very good kavyam called, what you call great epic called Naishadham. You have heard about it. It is called Nala story. Naishadha is Nala. Because he belongs to a country called Nishada. Nishadasya patihi Naishadha. Naishadam is a kavyam written by Sri Harsha. Again, he is a poet, he is not a king. He is not a king. Sri Harsha is given from Harsha king, King Harsha. Sri Harsha is the name of a poet. He said, after writing 22 sargas, cantos in his book, he said, no rowdy, no rogue in Sanskrit should play with my book. Ma khalaha khelatu. He writes it in rhyming words. Ma khalaha khelatu. A rowdy in Sanskrit meaning one who knows very well Sanskrit. A rogue in Sanskrit means such a rogue was there. Another rogue was there. That rogue was called Jagannatha Pandita. He's a very great scholar in Sanskrit. Very great scholar in Sanskrit. And he condemned Appaya Dikshita. Appaya Dikshita is a very great Advaiti. You know the word Advaitam? In Monism philosophy, Appaya Dikshita has written about 100 plus books. Appaya Dikshita has written a great variety of books. Appaya Dikshita was condemned by Jagannatha Pandita that his principles are bad, that is not right. And then Jagannatha Pandita was a great scholar, and a Muslim king from Andhra Pradesh understood his scholarship, made him Asthana Vidwan, the court poet in his, and then gave her his daughter in marriage. He married a princess, a Muslim princess. He is a Brahmin. Jagannatha Pandita was a Brahmin. He married a Muslim princess. And then he regretted later, jumped into the Ganga river and had Jala Samadhi.
स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
Srimad Krishna Samatvaya Namo Yamuna Sunave Yat Kataksha Ekalakshanam Sulabha Sridharaha Sada Namaha Yamuna Pada Abja Venubhihi Pavita Atmane Vidita Akhila Vedyaya Gurave Vidita Atmane
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।